The North East Land, Sea and Air Museum was founded by a group of vintage aviation enthusiasts in March 1974. The existing site was once used as an airfield in the First World War and a fighter station during World War II. The museum, which is believed to be one of the largest of its kind in Great Britain, houses over 30 magnificent aircraft in various stages of restoration and represents aviation history across the northeast of England and beyond. In 1984, the museum diversified and now exhibits many artefacts and military vehicles from past conflicts. Each vehicle has been lovingly restored to its former glory. The tramshed houses a variety of public transport vehicles that were once the most popular modes of transportation in the bygone era, famously in the seaside town of Blackpool. A new exhibit, which represents a street from the 1940s, introduces visitors to the many hardships and sacrifices faced by everyday civilians during wartime. Homemade clothing, gas masks, toys, and a recreation of an Anderson shelter, sometimes the only place of safety during the many bombing raids witnessed, are just a few of the many items on display. The site is rumoured to be situated next to a Roman burial ground, which could possibly explain the museum's darker side. For many years, there have been reports of ghostly sightings from visitors, investigators and staff. Here, paranormal events organiser Keith Davison explains.
Right, okay, so tell me about your time at the Aircraft Museum and how many ghosts and experiences have you had here over the years?
Oh, well, I've been doing this for over 10 years now, and I've seen various things over 10 years, from full apparitions to figures, lights, noises, doors opening and closing, footsteps, little girls, little boys.
So before you worked here, were you a believer in the paranormal, or is it something that you think that you've been opened up to since starting to work here?
I think because I've been doing it for that long up here, that the spirits here knows that well,
right?
That they just come to you,
right?
You know. Yeah, through there is the 607 Squadron exhibition.
Right, so you're gonna take us inside then and show us around inside this magnificent hangar. Okay, Keith's brought us into the 607 exhibition room, and he's now going to tell us about a little bit about the history and perhaps any ghost sightings that's occurred within these four walls.
Right, well, on that board here is that gives you all the pilots that were here, or stationed here, during when the war first started. And they actually were based here and they flew Hurricanes. And there's one in particular there, Right Lieutenant Blackadder.
Right.
He did quite well. He had his own personal plane. They have a big estate up at Edinburgh, and he did quite well through the war.
Right.
He after the war he became a lecturer at Durham University, and he taught Rowan Atkinson.
Oh, right.
And that's where Blackadder comes from.
Oh, wow, right. Yeah, I was going to make mention of that name earlier on, but I was thinking to myself, well, no, possibly not.
Yeah,
but then there you go.
That's right.
Right. Oh, that's excellent. That.
Right. As you can see the doors there, when this used to be the shop, you'd be in here and you see somebody come, the shadow go past the windows.
Right, yes.
They didn't come in. Shadow straight past the window as if they went through the wall.
Yeah.
And it's the same with this door here.
Yeah.
That door's open and closed on its own a few times. I've actually seen a black Labrador running about in here.
Right. So what's through that door then? Is this, we're moving on?
Yeah, this is our straight scene now.
So, Keith.
And that's a genuine wartime, everything in here is genuine wartime stuff. But that's a genuine wartime wedding dress.
Right.
And that was actually made out of curtains.
Okay, have you seen any ghosts or anything paranormal related in this particular area at all, Keith?
Yes, just right here. I came to open up to go through and put the lights on. And obviously these lights were already on. There's a spirit standing there. Very tall, 6 foot odd easy. As thin as a piece of card. He had no features at all. And he stood there for a split second and then he wobbled like that. The way the light shines through there, you can be stood in the hangar and see a shadow move across.
Right,
You know.
interesting.
In the past, I haven't actually heard it myself, but there's quite a few ghost groups have. There's a telephone in here. Whether you can see it, this is an ARP post.
Oh yes.
The telephone there at the back, that actually rings, and it's not even connected to anything.
Right. Wouldn't it be interesting if it started ringing now?
Yeah.
That would be good. Yes. Oh wow, it just keeps on getting better. Ah, there's your helicopter.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about the helicopter.
Yeah, well, this is where I got the picture of the little girl stood
Oh,
beside
do you know what it is? I've just went all freezing cold and goosebumpy.
the one myself. I've been stood there with this other chap on a ghost night in the dark, and this figure came straight past, and we both saw it together.
Yeah.
I had a camera on a tripod here with a K2 meter on the floor down there, because that was going off on a regular basis, and the camera was watching the K2 meter.
Right.
Everybody had to walk round. When we came back, the camera had been turned to face the door. And when he played it back, you could see the camera actually shaking,
Right.
as if they were undoing the nut
Oh yes,
to
yes.
turn it that way. So yes, round here is definitely a good area. This tail motor here is, when we came back after the summer, this is one that was moving on its own.
Right. This tail thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, right.
We just stood and watched it, and it was just going round like that.
Yeah. Okay, we're now going to take a look in Hangar 1 on this wonderful site. It's another beautifully haunted area, and Keith, the manager, is going to show us around and give us some heads up on what's been going on in the world of the paranormal here.
I just
Well, this is a fantastic place. Okay, Keith, if you'd be so kind, if you could just tell us a little bit about this helicopter, please.
right. This is the one that there's the little boy that haunts here. He likes to play in there.
Right.
He tends to move the joystick. We found little plastic models in there that he's taken in. We used to put trigger objects in there, and they would all be moved.
And how many people have actually witnessed this, young lad?
I actually had a ghost group in that night, and there was at least 10 of us stood and actually watched the joystick go backwards and forwards. We went up the steps, stood and looked at it, asked them to move it this way, moved it this way, moved it that way on command. He moved it backwards and forwards, and then he got sick, and just that was it.
Just disappeared. Oh wow, you can smell the gear in here, like the old oil and petrol and oh, fantastic.
Yeah, this is the truck. This truck was actually parked over that side, and this is the one that I saw the chap actually get out of without opening the door.
Oh, right.
And walk across with all his uniform on, everything. This is the only First World War vehicle we've got in here.
Ah, right.
It used to have a big gun fastened to it, so if you wanted to fire the gun, you had to point the vehicle
in the right
in the
direction.
right direction.
Yeah.
And then they did away with that, so we towed it instead. Right, but I know for a fact that the man that used to drive that during the First World War committed suicide.
Right. Okay, for our fourth and final investigation location for tonight, Keith has brought us to the tram shed. In here, there is trams from Blackpool, from the promenade down at Blackpool on the northwest coast. Again, lots of ghost stories attached to this particular area, so we're going to go in and have a bit of an explore and find out what's just been going on.
These the trams that's in here are all going through a restoration. This one's been restored. I believe this one is now going to go back to Blackpool,
Right,
to actually be used.
right. Excellent. It's got the word Pleasure Beach up there as well. Oh, that's fantastic.
But I know that the chaps working on these have actually seen things on there,
Yeah.
because they've got
There you board the haunted tram.
I've actually been in here on a couple of occasions with a team. The meters have been going ballistic. There's been like a figure sat in the seat down there. We've had people, when you look down between the trams further down, we've had people seeing people get off them trams and cross over and get on the others.
Yeah.
There's 2 rows of trams down there. But
Wow.
it's down there, it's quite active as well, but obviously the tarmac only goes this far.
Do you know what? It's a great privilege to be allowed into somewhere like this where you've got so many fantastic exhibitions. I keep calling the place the North East Aircraft Museum, but it's not an actual fact. What's its full name?
It's Nelsam now. It's the North East Land, Sea and Air Museum.
The Land, Sea and Air Museum. Yeah. But I say it is indeed a great honour to be sitting. I mean, you can sit in here and you can literally feel the history. You can soak up the history. You're stepping back in time. It's like a little time capsule.
Yeah.
And when it's just fantastic to be able to come into these places and investigate it for alleged paranormal activity.
Yeah.
We really do look forward to see what we get later on.
All right.
It's going to be an exciting night. Okay, now let's have a look at some of the equipment we will be using on tonight's investigation.
K2 meter not only monitors any fluctuations in the magnetic field at an alleged haunted location, it can also be used as a form of transcommunication, simply by asking any residing entities to manipulate the row of lights situated at the top of the device in response to questions asked by the investigator. This device enables an investigator to simultaneously measure any fluctuations in the magnetic field and temperature during an investigation. The Mel meter has proved very popular with investigators from all around the world. The REM pod emits its own magnetic field and can be placed with a locked-off camera in an area of interest. Once the field is disturbed, the lights at the top of the unit flash and an alarm will sound. If there is no visible explanation for this disturbance, it could well mean that it is paranormal in origin. This recorder is used primarily as a means of transcommunication between investigators and any entities that may frequent a location. Disembodied voices, also known as electronic voice phenomena or EVPs, can sometimes be heard when reviewing any recordings for evidence. This device also serves as a means of documenting any possible paranormal occurrences when a video camera is not available. This piece of equipment quickly scans through the white noise situated above the regular AM and FM radio frequencies, the belief being that spirit entities can use this white noise to communicate verbally during the scanning process. Normal light is full spectrum, but infrared, which is higher in the spectrum, and ultraviolet, which is lower in the spectrum, cannot be seen with the naked eye. This camera allows the user to see both infrared and ultraviolet at the same time, in other words, the entire range of the light spectrum. It is believed that entities can only be seen within these two upper and lower ranges.
Now we're entering the tram shed. Never been in here before. And one of these trams I'll have to try and get into as something gets thrown around. Let's try putting it down and leaving it, you know, like put it at the far end of the tram.
Right, now it's try and get used to the sounds outside because them things are rattling like mad.
Yeah, I know.
Do we have any spirits here with us tonight? Any male, female spirits with us here? Do you want to light up the green device on the floor?
You know, I'm not sure if I've just seen somebody walk out past the window.
Alright.
I can't be totally sure. If there's anybody in here that can hear us, can you give us some indication that you're here?
Very quiet in here. Do you want to let us know that you're here?
Alright, so we're both back through on this end.
Do you want to touch one of us?
I'm assuming that's the wind.
Anybody in here? Time to get off the tram. Can you light the device up off the floor? Do you want us off this tram?
There's plenty of stones around here. Can you try throwing one?
What the hell was that? Yeah. That door just closed behind me. Aye. Did you not hear it? Where's everybody? Hello. Hello. Just come over to say hello to you. This is called Red Bull. That's great stuff, see. No, I've just had Keith come back in. I turned around and I just saw the shadow in the door.
please try to tell me your name.
Martin. Did you hear that? Did that say Martin?
Sounded like him, though.
Martin. Martin. Said something there.
Could you please tell us your name?
We're just coming to honour you.
Just give us some kind of sign that you're here. Can you set the lights off again? Do what you done before. Make the light go off again. Anybody here? If you're passing by, do you want to go and touch the black box on the floor? Can you light that back up for us again? Oh,
What was
I don't know. But wherever it was, thank you if that was you.
that? That sounded like it came from outside.
Did. Yeah. It sounds as if it was just straight opposite way, actually.
Yeah.
Was that you?
Ah, peace and quiet.
I just got a yes.
Did it? Alright. Were you a private, Brad? Or more to the point, are you a private? Is that you, Bob? We've just come in to have a chat to you. We don't mean any harm.
See, very.
Hold on.
Can't see it now.
2 seconds. What's that? What can you see? Something doing there?
Right, next
Yeah.
to that top truck.
I'm not doing anything to that torch.
No, you won't.
Take Darren.
Can you do that again, Bob? Can you light the torch up, please? It's just another form of communication. And you would have guessed by now that would mean no harm.
It's went out.
You'll know our energy, and you'll know that will mean no harm.
You know? You say that, Darren.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, if you're in here with us, please try and do something so that we know you're here.
We're using a new bit of equipment tonight, this movement detection software. You see Darren is a solid form. See Darren's a solid form there. He's mapping his body shape out there. Move a bit closer, should get a stick man. Some description. We're looking for a stick man really. Human shape, but like just basically a lines of a person, and hopefully that could indicate that it could be a apparition. So we're going to have a just quick walk around, and we're recording this as we're going. So, any spirits in this area tonight who would like to make themselves known to us? Don't mean to harm you in any way. Got a device in my hand at the moment that can actually see your presence if you would like to show yourself in some way. Just walking down. As I say, I can see your presence with this machine. I'd like to make yourself known to us, please. Show yourself. Show yourself to us, please. If there's any spirits in this hangar at the moment, you're connected to one of these vehicles, one of these aeroplanes. This piece of software will see you. So please show yourself to us.
It's very windy out tonight. Very spooky in here.
Show yourself to us, please. We come as friends. We don't come to harm you in any way or disrespect you in any way. But it's very curious to see if you still reside in this building or you're connected to one of these aeroplanes. Darren's holding a piece of equipment that can actually see your shape, can see your form. Can you please make yourself known to him?
Come on, George, are you with me tonight? Apparently, there is a spirit called George with me tonight, according to Noah, and he's going to do some thing.
George? Are you here, George? Are you here with us? Walk towards Darren.
Hello, anybody? Anybody here? Anybody joining us tonight? That's the wind.
Yeah, that's the border. Can you see where we're going if I leave that light off or not really, no?
Kind of. If anybody's in here with us, just come and join us. We mean you no harm.
Do you mind us being here? Would you rather be left alone? Do you get tired of people asking you to make noises and do things for them? Don't know how I was supposed to answer that, like, but you know. Working?
Just noticed that sort of wobbling all the time. And we were just without help in hand. Yeah, it's definitely up there, isn't it? We can roll that one out then.
Hello? Are you here with us tonight? Do you want to come and talk to us? Tap one of us? Push one of us? Throw something at us? Do something. We know you're here. Prove that you're here.
Are you filming?
Yeah, I am now.
Okay, right, well, for the record, we've just entered the vehicle shed, let's call it, the hangar where all the vehicles are. And as Drew was walking in, he approached the door and the door just opened up. Did you hear it again?
Aye.
And the door just opened up. Did you hear it again? And the door just opened up. Did you hear it again? Seriously?
You went, ooh.
You need to listen out in case it's like the wind in the aperture. I'm going creepy there.
I am and all.
That's twice.
Yeah.
I've heard that twice. That second one was a lot longer as well. As I was saying, as we came in, Drew opened the door. No, sorry. You sort of put your hand onto the door and the door gets just like through itself open, right?
Away from us, like.
Right? And then when we were in here, we heard a voice go, ooh, ooh, something like that. And then when we were discussing it again, we've just heard it again. Drew, you were recording, you might have actually picked it up.
I did. Okay, 2 metre going on that vehicle there.
Okay, if there are any spirit people here in the room with us tonight, please could you give us a sign in any way, shape or form? We think we might have already heard you cry out twice so far. A moan or a groan, something like that. If there's somebody here with us who is doing that, please can you give us a sign in some way?
There's a device on one of the vehicles over here. If you go anywhere near it, the lights on it will go to red. Wind's giving you what for, isn't it? Come on, make a noise for us, please. If that was you trying to communicate. What? It's just my camera keeps going out of focus.
Please, Pat, do you know what we're going to do for a change? Wait. Let's get right up here. Let's cross these wires. Just kind of stand right at the back door. Whoa, what was that?
What?
Somebody just caught this. That was weird. I was walking along and this just went. It just rattled as if it caught up or something, as if there was a bit of string, was yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was weird, that. I don't know what. I don't know, that was kind of odd. Yeah, as well. Is anybody here?
It's happening in here. I heard that.
What was that?
Hello?
Could you give it? Was that you?
Make another noise for us, please.
Seriously, man. That's weird, that, because I was just talking about it. I was just talking about, like, what goes on in here when that happened. That's just
Have we not just dislodged something when we've been up the top?
Oh, I don't know. Hey, we could have done, like, I suppose. I don't know. Right, we've been walking down here, investigating this vehicle shed, and we've been discussing the types of phenomena that's been reported in here. And very strangely enough, as we were discussing it, it actually occurred, which was quite weird, spooky, but things like that do happen from time to time. You talk about certain things. Whoa! Hold on. I'm just doing that, and that was on red, that was up to red.
Okay, 2 meters.
Yeah, that was up to, that's...
See, I'm in two minds because I'm like that, but it could have been Darren or I dislodging something at the top there, because we've just been up near the vehicles up there, and that's where the bangers and clatters coming from. So it could be either or, but we're going to go up to the top there and just make sure that we haven't dislodged something by accident, because we were at the back of the vehicles, and if not, then I don't really know. But it was timed really well.
It was loud as well. Whatever it was loud as if something had been thrown, as though.
So we're going to go up the top and have a look. Just for my own thing as well, because, plus your camera seemed to get pulled before, didn't it, in here?
Aye, this dangly bit seemed to catch on something, it was weird.
But it is, the atmosphere is quite strange in this place.
Do you want to check? I've just seen that.
Should I just go on by myself and check?
Aye.
Now, we don't know what it was, for the start off. But there again, it's quite difficult to distinguish if we have knocked anything because there's stuff lying all over them. Whoa, 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 what was that?
I don't know, Drew.
Hello?
Where was that from?
I ain't got a clue, I was looking along here.
You what?
I was looking along here. Hello?
That sounded like it came from down that way. Hold on. I'm coming over. I didn't want to be standing too.
Right. Hello, if that's somebody throwing things around, then that's fantastic, but it sounds like if it is, you're playing games as I see. And that wasn't the wind coming off, that wasn't the wind at all.
No. No.
Right, I'm going to keep checking along here.
That was a weird like put.
Yeah.
Like a weird bang.
The thing is, Darren, how are we supposed to know what we've dislodged anyway? Because there's stuff lying around.
It's just way too much stuff, man. Whoa!
Oh, no way. No
Whoa!
chance, man.
That was from doing that way.
No
again.
chance at all.
Somebody doing that. Yeah, Drew, come and stand next to me. Hold on. Right. What the flipping hell? Drew, there's something in your pissing a boot with us, I'm telling you.
No.
There has to be.
Hello?
Could you do that again, please? Is anybody here with us?
Can I tell you something, Darren?
What?
I know it's cold in here, but it's gone colder. If you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Am I right or am I wrong? Or is it just us freaking out?
Bloody
Well,
well,
we're not
actually, it was quite mild on the way in.
Right, what can I say? Well, you've seen on the footage, Darren and I were up here. Somebody made a noise. Well, Darren and I were down there, and then somebody made a noise up here. We come up here, and then somebody made a noise down there twice now. Can't say it's the wind because the wind's been blowing. The two vocalised woo noises when we first come in, they haven't happened since, so we can't really say that's the wind either. Otherwise, it would have been obviously the wind. The atmosphere has definitely changed in here for some reason, and it was cold when we came in, but it's colder, if you know what I mean. Again, you have to be here to witness what I'm talking about. But it does seem creepy. I mean, we've come up here to check and see if we dislodged anything, and I can't find anything. Well, I wouldn't know anyway. But the fact is, there's been noises down the bottom now. So we're both a little bit freaked out, but we're here for that. So we're just going to keep on looking around and hopefully it'll do something else. Who knows?
In the Pleasure Beach tram, we're going to start our vigil in a moment. We're going to walk up the tram there, and we're going to check the trigger object that was placed down earlier on. That doesn't look like it's moved at all. What's that, the machine you've got?
The millimeter showing 0.6 milligauss. And now 0. Come on, if that was you, come close to us again.
You do realise there's an upstairs on this tram as well?
Is there?
Oh, aye.
Oh, cool.
What? I did actually. Is anybody here in this room with us? Any spirits on this tram? Can you give us a sign, please? Is there any spirit people?
Well, if that was you. Whoa. Pulsing. Bang on something. Speak to us. Show yourself. Do anything you like.
Oh my God. I swear to God, a minute ago, right? Oh, I didn't want to touch it. A minute ago, that was across there and up. Look how far that's moved. I swear down. Do you want to film and I'll do a dictaphone test? Right, carrying out an EVP session. I'm just going to turn the lights out. Okay, I'm talking to any spirit people in this alleged haunted tram. I'm going to call out and ask if there is anyone here. They could perhaps give us the name. That would be great. We have a device that may record your voice. If you try to come towards this red light or come towards my voice, please try to do that and give us your name right now, please. Right, I can see it. There we go. Top deck closed. You've got top deck here. And you've got one here. Probably is. With me,
Like, you know, if you were actually on it,
that's a weird sensation, isn't it?
and you were going along the street, it does really feel like it's moving. It's not like majorly bad, but you can feel like motion.
I'd better come down.
Come on, if you're here, do something before we go. Do something now so that we can see you or hear you.
Oh, classically. God, I'm not going to say the O word.
Light anomalies.
The light anomalies, but dust, really.
Yeah.
What's the millimetre saying out and out?
It's 0.1 again.
Whoa! Mark, are you there?
Aye.
What the was that?
I'm gonna.
What the was that? Oh, right, stop swearing. Stop swearing. What the hell was that?
Hang on, 2 seconds.
Have you got a... Yeah, get that on, get that on. What is it?
I don't know.
I can see it. Look. I'm going to zoom in. What the hell is that?
What is it?
Was that... That was you. Well, that was you. Give us a sign. Give us another sign, please. Oh my God. Oh man, I'm not used to this. Whoa! Who's that?
Drew.
Just had something thrown in here. It's on the floor. We think it's that down there.
Alright.
We think it's this. I don't know what the hell it is. But
What the fuck is it?
I don't know. We've just been standing at the top of that. We've just heard it going clatter bang down here. We've been sitting at that end. Well, you what?
It'll be on the camera.
It's short. I was recording.
Listen, see if this is it. Yes.
Do you think?
That's what it was. Right.
Wow.
Rewind that.
Another investigation comes to an end for the Ghost team, with each investigator taking away their own personal experience of the evening's events.
Couldn't have went any better. Amazing night. Need to do it again very soon.
Very informative, great communication with the spirit world, and everybody worked as a team perfectly.
Yeah, really good night. Had a lot of things happening. Lots of things being thrown, making me jump a bit. But yeah, it's been a really good night.
Did we really make contact with the ghost of the North East Lancing Air Museum? We'll never really know for certain. But perhaps, somewhere high above us, the spirits of those brave airmen who lost their lives protecting the skies and our way of life still fly through the clouds as they once did all those years ago.
If there's any ghosts, could you give us a sign, please?